Hi everyone, welcome back to Travel 101 and welcome back to another travel advice video. So today's video is all about what you can't bring into Australia. Now if you're returning from a holiday or you're a new visitor, you need to make sure you don't have these things in your luggage, or if you are planning on bringing these things into Australia, you need to be prepared to declare them to avoid hefty fines. So we have a big list to get through, so let's just dive straight into the main things that tourists or travellers bring into Australia. Now the first thing I want to cover is agricultural items. Now some agricultural items are allowed to be brought into Australia and some are not. Now the most common agricultural items that people tend to bring back into Australia are wooden items, things with feathers on them, and things with leaves or shells. Now this is also something to bear in mind if you're planning on taking your fluffy feather pillow out of Australia and then bring it back in. That will actually need to be declared, and that goes the same for jewellery with shells on them as well. So if you are planning on bringing anything such as a wooden statue back into Australia, you need to prove that it's been treated. If you can't prove it's been treated, you need to declare it and put it into quarantine, or let customs decide whether it can or can't be brought in. Food is always a really tricky one. Now with food, you do need to make sure that you are only bringing back commercially packed products. Anything fresh should just be left behind straight away. So if you're planning on bringing fruit, meat, or any seafood back into Australia, please do declare it or do not bring it at all. There are some instances where these items are permitted, and I can link below in the description a link where you can find more information about food items that can be brought into Australia. But it is always highly suggested just to avoid bringing any food items back altogether. The next one I want to talk about is medication. Now in general, medication is fine to be brought into Australia, but it is always best to have a doctor's certificate on hand to prove that these items are for you and they are for personal medical use. In Australia though, we are strict when it comes to things such as recreational drugs and marijuana, so please ensure you do not bring this into Australia as they are illegal. Now when it comes to duty-free purchases such as alcohol and cigarettes, we actually do have a limit. So you are allowed 25 grams of tobacco, which can be in loose form or cigarette form, and you are only allowed 2.25 litres of alcohol as well. In addition to this, you must be over the age of 18 to carry any of these items into the country. So do bear this in mind if you are purchasing any duty-free items before you board your flight to Australia. Now Australia does have a strict guideline when it comes to physical cash being brought into the country. You are allowed to bring unlimited cash in your bank account, but if you are bringing $10,000 cash on you in your suitcase, and that can be a combination of Australian notes and foreign currency, you will actually need to declare it. This is because carrying $10,000 worth of cash is considered a money laundering tactic, and that is why you are not allowed to carry that much cash on you without declaring it through customs. Now do bear in mind this is all a guideline, and I'll put a link in the description below to the Australian government website, which provides a lot more information in depth. Now if you have any further questions, please of course leave them in the comments below, and as always, thank you so much for watching. We cannot wait to see you in our next video.